What is good, people? What is good, people? We are back with another episode live. The Wavy Red Show episode 2 is here, people. Y'all saw the first episode, man. I had a legend, Rick the Red, here. I've been holding this one back for a minute. You feel me? Y'all saw the earlier thumbnail with the little mystery guest, but then I dropped the thumbnail with the OG pulling up today, man. This person doesn't need too much of an introduction. You feel me? This guy is one of the biggest content creators in the Man United sphere, in the football sphere, period, man. We know him for his passionate takes. All the insightful takes he brings to not only Manchester United, but the Premier League, all the match reactions, the analysis shows. I've been blessed to get to meet him, you feel me, and hop on his channel a few times. You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna just like the same way we did with Ricky, man. We're gonna learn a little bit more about this content creator, man. I have my brother Saeed TV with me. What is good, family?
Yo, what's going on, man? Big up, man. Big up to you. Listen, man, I want to apologize first of all because we should have done this about a week ago, but was in New York living life and that. So
Nah, it's
apologies.
good, bro. It's
But
good, bro. It's good. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it.
come,
I really do. Hey,
come on.
first of all, shout out to you, man. You've been blazing the trail, man. You hit 100K a couple weeks ago.
Yeah,
We
big up,
got
man.
it. We got to give you your flowers for that, man. It's
Thank
a
you,
huge
bro.
accomplishment. You know, you're blazing the trail for people who are coming behind you, like me. You know what I'm saying? Trying to make my way in this game, man. Talk to me a little bit about the journey. What inspired you to start a YouTube channel, bro? Like, I obviously you had your start on. I remember seeing you first on the United Stand, but
Mm.
you know what I'm saying. Since then, you broke free and kind of blazed your own trail. What inspired you to do that, man?
You know what, man? It was a group called the SC Dons, man. They're like a Sunday league football team, and
Mm-hmm.
it was just a unique concept of like basically playing the football on a Sunday, but then kind of showing content in terms of like fan community, the players getting together, the characters in there. Like, honestly, man, like I always say to myself, like, I was like, yo, this is sick, man. Like the
Yeah.
dynamic is good. The way they kind of edit it and whatnot, and they show the visuals. I was like, yo, like, and then my friend was like, you're always talking about football, right? Why don't you just like do videos about it? And I was like, I'm not sure. And at that time, 2017, yeah, not
Mm-hmm.
like AFTV were around. Obviously, you
Mm-hmm.
got the big channels that were around, but they weren't like kind of like almost like individual channels. You know what I
Right.
mean? So then I was like, cool, I'm gonna start my channel. Bro, it took me forever to find a channel name. I don't know about you, bro, but for me,
Bro,
bro,
I
the
switched
name
my name up like 3 times, bro.
3 times in it, Bromsky. I was like, what do I name my channel, man? Then I was like, United Central. And at that time, I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna do it, bro, and just forget about the name. Just put out content. And at the start, I was like, you know what? I go to games. Let me start vlogging the games. So initially, I was just starting as a vlogging channel, and then I was like, cool. Let me just do a couple of match reactions. Then the people
Yeah.
are like, yo, who's this guy, man? This passionate United fan. And
Yeah,
the
yeah,
next thing
yeah.
I just started to do podcasts, and then I started to delve into other things and whatnot. But yeah,
Yeah.
like when I started, like genuinely, like there was a couple of like original YouTubers that I was following, and I was like, yo, man, this is sick, man. And then
Mm-hmm.
football content at that time, AFTV was setting trends. Like they were lit at that time. They started like about maybe 3-4 years before me. And they
Mm-hmm.
were just kind of like the original kind of people that were doing it. And bro, at
Right.
that time it was hot, man. So yeah, man. Literally started 2017, and then yeah, man. Ever since then, bro, we've been at it,
Been
bro.
cooking,
You know?
man. You've been cooking, man. Hey, that's what's up, man. That's obviously that's a great story, and you've worked hard to get to where you are, man. Was there ever a moment where you were just like, yo, like, this is this even worth it, bro? Like, is this
Yeah,
even worth it? Like, and there's obviously bumps on the road to 100K.
yeah,
There's
of
obviously going to
course.
be highs and lows. Like, what was that moment where you felt like you really broke through and was like, man, I can really do this. Like, I can
Yeah,
actually make this like my career.
I think it was lockdown. Man. I think
Mm,
lockdown, bro. We had time, bro. We had time to
yeah,
think. You know
yeah,
what I
yeah,
was saying?
yeah.
We could go outside. We couldn't do much. Shout out to my guy Rance, but I was on his channel like doing bits and bobs on his, and then were kind of collabing, and it was one of them where YouTubers were like, it was seen as gold dust because it was like that was the only portrayal of a fan like watching a game. Like it felt like there was a fan in a stadium. You feel me? Like you're watching them, they're watch along. Watch alongs were big in that lockdown time. But I felt like lockdown was like, yo, do I take this serious or not? Like, do I? Like, what do I do? Because I was thinking to myself, like, I was in work. I was like, no, this is not really what I want to do anymore. I wasn't really feeling it. And I was like, yo, if I just take a hit right now and I just take a risk while we're in lockdown as well, while we're still stacking up the piece, because we weren't really spending. You can't go on holiday. You can't go anywhere. So I was like, I've saved a little bit of money. If I just risk it for the next 6 months, let me give myself 6 months to risk it. And then my mom was like, yo, are you sure, man? Like, this is a risk. I was like, yo, man, if I don't do it now, I don't think I'll ever do it. You know what I'm saying? So that's where my head was like, you know what? Let's do it. Yeah. Let's do it. You feel me? No risk, no reward. Shout out to Venetia. So then I was like, you know what? Let's do it. And then after that moment there, I just never looked back, bro. I never, ever looked back. I was like, yo, this is me. Man's going to do it. And I don't care what happens. Like, if I lose money, I lose money. It is what it is. I'm going to just follow it. And, bro, that's probably the best decision I made because I don't think I would have ever, I don't think I would be where I am today if I didn't take the risk at that moment there. That sounds crazy, but that was a big, big like move for me, bro. And that's why you got to follow your instincts, man, in life. Like, never, ever feel like you got to. Like, and also, I didn't ask anyone. I just done it. You know, one of them ones where you don't ask anyone. Like, fair play, you got people around you, but sometimes one person saying something different can throw you off, and you're like,
no, 100%. That's honestly, the risk you took is something that a lot of people just aren't willing to do.
Nope, they're not.
Like take that step and say, I'm good enough to do this. Because you have to back. It's like, honestly, it's like athletics. It's like you have to back yourself. You have to think that you are good enough to do it. You feel me? Like, and the traction that you got, obviously, you made a name relatively quickly, but it's been years for you to get to like where I feel like I can tell that you're like, man, I'm comfortable here. I feel like I belong in this space. Like, and you've brought people along with you, man. Like, that's another thing that's really what I respect about you, bro. Like, you actually brought a lot of people into this game and said, hey, man, do you. And even for me, man, I've been doing this YouTube thing for a long time, but I've just never been consistent. But then the more I got around guys like you, guys like Staffy, you feel me? I'm like, yo, like we all kind of come from similar backgrounds, and we'll get into that really quickly, but like very similar backgrounds. Just like, yo, like these guys are grinding, you know what I'm saying? Like, what is my excuse? Granted, we all work, man. Staffy has a job, I have a job, you know what I'm saying? But I'm like, yo, this is what I love to talk about football. I love to talk about sports. Like, you feel me? I love the NFL. I love the NBA. I love the Premier League. You feel me? So it's like, I talk about this stuff all the time in my free time. Like, if I can't carve out 2 hours for myself, you feel me, after work or whatever the case may be, to grind, like, bro, I've probably done like 7 shows this week, like 6-7 shows this week.
Yeah, sick, man. Sick.
Like, that's what you want. That's what you want to grow. But like, another, just to even take a step further back, like, you know, I'm assuming you're a son of immigrants, very similar to me. I was born in Nigeria. I don't know if you are. Were you born in Somalia?
I was born here, but my dad came over in '87.
Okay.
Obviously emigrated and whatnot. So
yeah. So did he immigrate straight to Manchester, or was it?
No, he went to Qatar for a bit, worked in Qatar for a couple of years, and then came from Qatar to here. But he left. I think he said he left it when he was like 14 or so like that. Went away, took a car and left. Like, he took a risk as well. You know what I mean? So I need to live a better life for the family and whatnot. So he took a risk and he went to Qatar, boom, Qatar to England, and then bro. Listen, ever since, you know what I mean. So I think it's a family. We took full of risk, man. You know what I'm saying to you. So man, like we came from struggles. Everyone come from struggles. You know what I'm saying. Where you gotta just work hard, man, and you gotta work harder than the rest. Because we have to work harder than the rest. It's just
have to, bro.
It's just the way it is, life, innit? You know what I mean?
Yeah, bro. The way I saw my parents grind growing up, because I am an immigrant. Like, I was born in Nigeria and moved to the States when I was 2. You feel me?
There
But
you
like
go.
the way I saw my pops, and even still to this day, my moms, the way they grind, bro, it's like that's all they know. Like, and I think
Yeah.
it kind of just trickles down to us. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, my professional career, I've been blessed. I've had a very good start to my professional, like my corporate career, whatever the case may be. But like, even like just the grind of this, it's like, yo, they did. I've seen my parents work multiple jobs at certain points in their career and
Bro,
like do
100%.
things like that, man. You're just like, yo, like they work and they have kids. Like, you feel me? So it's like it's that grind, I think, just trickled down to us, you know what I'm saying? And it's a completely different thing. But like going back to Manchester United, bro, like obviously eventually your family gets to Manchester. Like, what spawned the love for football? Were your parents football fans? Like, were they diehard? Like, what inspired the passion for football?
I can't lie, man. It wasn't really my parents. It's probably my uncle, man, because my uncle
Mm.
was the only one back in the day that had a Sky box where you could
Yeah,
watch
yeah,
all the
yeah,
games from. Like, you know what I
yeah,
mean? That's another part of struggle that people don't realize. Like, we
yeah,
didn't have like places to watch football, man. Do you know what I'm trying to
yeah.
say? Like, the only place you could watch it was like either you go to the bar or you go down here or
Right,
etc.
right,
Like,
right.
it was tough, man. It was tough. So, oh, you watch a match of the day at the end of the day, and that was it, really. But yeah,
Yeah.
like we went to the uncle house. He was a massive United fan. Like, I
Hmm.
mean, massive United fan, bro. So I went there. Arsenal were playing United. I was like, bro, let's go down there, man. Let's see what I want. This is like in
Hmm.
2001, I think. So I was like maybe 7, I think, or something like that. You know what I mean? 6,
Okay,
7 years
okay.
old. So I
Yeah,
was like
yeah,
saying to
yeah.
myself, yo, all right, let's go there now. Let's go watch this game.
Hmm.
And then Thierry Henry scored, and then I think we equalized to make it 1-1. But the whole
Yeah.
game, the way United, Roy Keane and them, man, like Paul Scholes, like they were just like, it was just such a unique team. I was like, you know what? Let me support this team, man. And I
Right.
supported them ever since, bro. And then, like I
Yeah.
said to you, bro, my uncle was a big United fan. Everyone who was there was actually supporting United as well. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Because City were rubbish back in the day. You
Yeah,
feel me?
yeah, yeah.
So it was mainly United, you know what I mean, and whatnot. So yeah, man, we all supported United at that point. And then
Yeah,
yeah, man, it was lit, man. I can't lie to you. It was fun going
yeah.
there for the big games, and then you know what I mean, and then whatnot. And yeah, man, it was lit, man. So yeah, I'd say if it wasn't for my uncle, I'd be a City fan. You know what I mean? Because
Mm.
because my older brother was a City fan. He was going to Main Road every day, which is not far from me here.
Yeah,
And if
yeah.
I just kept going with him, I reckon I
You
would have
went,
been a
wow.
United fan, a City fan. Sorry.
That's crazy how I was gonna ask, like, it's crazy how, like, are there a lot of city, like, for real, are there a lot of City fans, you know? Because like I've been to Manchester a couple times. I've never seen a City fan like walking around, like I
Yeah,
never
to be
saw City
fair,
fans.
I can't lie to you. There's more now than there was. That's just
Hmm.
because they're
Hmm.
winning and winning brings fans and
Fans, yeah,
etc.
yeah, yeah,
etc. There are more now. I can't lie to you, but at the same time, like United is global and it's a global entity. Like you go
yeah,
anywhere in the world, you see United shirts. You feel me?
yeah,
So
yeah,
it's like
yeah,
they're trying to do their thing, but come on, man, it ain't gonna work in it. You know what I mean? Like it isn't gonna
yeah,
work ever. United
yeah.
will always be the bigger team, no matter what.
Yes, no matter what, man, no matter what. And it's great. Like my parents, is what's funny is like my parents are not football fans either, bro. Like
Oh, they're
they
not.
no, they raised me on NBA. Like my parents are
Oh,
diehard NBA fans and they're diehard tennis fans. You feel me? So like I grew up on NBA and tennis, and then like what happened was there was a guy at my church who was like like the piano player was like a
mm,
diehard Manchester United fan. Like, and I used to look. I was in elementary school. I used to look up to him. I would go to his college dorm. You feel me? We play FIFA. We watch United games, things like that, bro. That's what made me a fan. You know what I'm saying? Like, my parents really don't know anything about football. Like, really,
swear down.
yeah, bro. Like, know nothing. They're NBA people. So it's like my passion came completely separate from, like, I don't have any family members who are
Shit.
like diehard fans. Like the only people that are like football fans in my family are my family from England. Like my mom's older sister lives in now she lives in Stevenage, but they used to live in London.
Mm,
And my cousin who's around my age, he's an Arsenal fan. You feel me? He's a diehard Arsenal fan. So
okay.
that's like where, I have a little, I got a little rivalry with my cousin and stuff like that. But other than that, my family, it's not a lot of football fans, man. It's not a lot of football fans, but that pack once you get locked in, bro.
Yeah,
Once you
yeah,
get
yeah, yeah.
locked in, it's like you can't, bro. You can't
But also,
even.
then you don't get swayed in it. Like at least then you can make your own
Mhm,
mind up in it and say, "Yo, listen, I'm gonna become
mhm.
this fan." You feel me? So
Yeah,
it,
bro.
it can be a good thing and a bad thing as well because then they kind of force you to be the fan they
Yeah,
want you to be, and it's like
exactly,
that's why
exactly.
maybe I'm glad my dad wasn't. I'll be honest with you, my dad is like in between. He's a City
Yeah,
fan
yeah,
and
yeah.
he's a United fan, only because he's like he don't want to get involved in the
Mhm.
you know what I mean?
In the
He
back
don't
and
want to
forth.
get
Yeah,
the back and forth. So
yeah,
he says, "Yo, when City's to be fair, he actually nowadays he actually takes a piss out of City because it's like he's had enough of them winning in the house, isn't it? So he's there in the house and then man is screaming at me. He's like, but so he's actually when
yeah,
United lose, he actually gets pissed off even more because he's like, are you man
yeah.
are not on job, man? What's going on here, man?
Yeah,
He's like just
that's.
punditting, you know what
I
I mean?
feel it. I feel it, bro. I feel it. Like during all your times, like going to games. First of all, let's talk about let's before we get into the games. Let's show the fans a little something, man. Let's show the fans a little throwback. Look at this throwback right here,
Hey,
man.
come on,
Look
come
at
on.
this throwback. This was in Manchester in 2021. Was
Yeah.
this 20? This was
2021, I think it was.
this was Ollie's last season.
Yeah.
This was the 2-0 where we barely touched the like City. We did not touch the ball, bro. Like that,
That was a
I
bad
was
day.
like, that was a
Bad
bad day,
day.
bro. I was like, yo, this is my first time at Old Trafford. You feel me? I'm like, yo, this is crazy. I remember I'm like, yo, let me just walk up to this dude and say what's good, bro. And you showed me love from that moment, bro. I was like, yo, he's cool,
Yeah.
bro. Like I think it was you, it was Nuruddin too. You
Yeah.
feel me? I was like, yo, these people, these dudes are actually like down to
Yeah,
earth.
come
You know,
on, man. We're always active,
yeah,
especially
they
around that
cool.
area. We're always
Yeah,
about.
bro. I saw so many people this day, bro. I saw I think I did a video with Flex that day.
Yeah, yeah,
Um, I met Beth from the United Stand that day.
yeah.
I met a couple other people, man. I'm just like, yo,
Yeah,
this what
everyone was
like
about, man.
the
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
community,
yeah.
the community is crazy. Like after
Come
the game,
on.
I'm like, yo, this is kind of a vibe, bro. Like after the
Come
games,
on.
if it was I could only imagine if we had won, what the atmosphere is like when,
Bro, it would have been lit, fam. Would have been
yeah,
lit.
bro.
Would have been
It's
lit. Like I said,
crazy.
bro, it's one of them where for everyone, I think for you know what I mean, like when we meet like fans and that, I always make time for fans that come from abroad as well. Like,
Yeah,
you meet
yeah.
so many people, man. And that day you just had your and I feel like for me, the last couple of years, like everyone's been having that bad day where they come to a game for the first time or second time and they come travel
Yeah,
far.
yeah.
It's always a bad loss, man. It's like
Bro, I've been to Manchester twice and we got spanked twice. Like I came last year. You feel me? And it was for the cup final against Man City. Not the one,
okay.
not this most recent one. The one where De Gea was in goal and I
Oh,
think was it Gundogan who scored in like the first like
yeah, 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 yeah,
10
yeah, yeah,
seconds or
yeah, yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
I was at there's a bar. Oh, what's this bar called, man, in Manchester? It starts with a B or
Walkabout?
what is it called, man? What is it called? I can't. It's not. It's real close to the stadium, bro. Real close to the stadium.
Oh,
Um,
yeah, I
I
know what
forget
you
what it's
mean. I know what
called.
you
I
mean.
forget what
I
it's
know what you
called,
mean.
but yeah, yeah. But it was a good day. It was a good day nonetheless, man. It was a good day nonetheless. But yeah, man. Listen, people like, man, how did you get on side? People ask me like, man, how'd you get on Saeed's channel, man? How do you know
Yeah,
Saeed?
that's
I'm
it.
like,
Bishop's
bro,
Blaze. Bishop's
yeah,
Blaze.
Bishop's
Yeah, big up Elite
Blaze.
Baller. Yeah, big
Yeah,
up Elite Baller.
shout out Lee
Yeah,
Ball. That's what it's called, bro. Bishop's Blaze. That's what it's called. That's what
yeah.
it's called. Yeah, man. It's like, man, how do you get on Saeed's channel, man? How do you know Saeed? I'm like, bro, I just met him outside in Manchester one day, bro,
Yeah, we
and
connected.
we
Yeah,
connected. And since then, it's been straight, man. It's
that's
been
it, bro.
straight.
Literally, it's been
Yeah,
literally we
man.
just connected then, and then yeah, ever since we
It's been
just
cool,
connected
bro.
and then boom, you know what I mean,
Yeah,
bro.
man.
So I feel like for me, it was one of them where you know what I mean. I always think for me, like in life, you just gotta just like network and connect, man. When I went
Mm.
to New York, I just went over there. I went to the BR football, Bleacher Report.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Bro, I went there and I met the whole team, man. You know what I'm saying to you?
Oh,
Like,
nice.
and sometimes you just gotta just go there and just kind of like, network and just, like, because you don't know who you're gonna talk to, man. You know what I mean? Big up shout to Andrew. You don't know who
Yeah.
you're gonna talk to, man. So I always say to people like, never like not go to someone and like, you know, chat to them, etc., etc. Like, go
Facts.
do it, man. Go do it because you
Facts.
just never know.
Facts, bro. That literally that is it's been the same way for me. Like I'm in sales. Like my day job, I'm in sales, bro. I sell stuff. I sell tech for a living. That's like
Yeah,
that's my bread and butter. That's how I pay my bills, everything. And it really is the same, bro. It's just, and I'm learning that this whole content game is really just connecting with people, getting
fact.
to meet people. You go on somebody's stream, you feel me? Then you know, I'm on a stream with somebody like on your channel. I say, hey, bro, I enjoyed doing something with you. Let's come on my channel, man.
Facts.
Let's do
Connect.
something, you know, like
Yeah,
we
yeah,
just
yeah.
connect. And that's how it works, bro. It's just it's a community. It really is a community, bro. Like I think to myself, I'm like, yo, people, like this is a whole community that like people that are in my other friend circles have no clue about, bro. Like not even the slightest clue about like the work we do, the time we put into this, man. But anyway, man, let's talk about like, you know, your time as a Man United fan. Like, what's your most like memorable memory at the stadium? Like, what's the one game you remember where you're like, yo, this is probably my top memory as a, because I'm sure you've been to countless games. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
I'll probably
What's that
say,
one that
yeah.
stuck out?
I'll probably say the one when I went to in 2011 when I was in college. Wayne Rooney scored against Man City, the overhead kick one. I think that's probably yeah, man. I remember I was in college. I got a ticket and I was like, yo, I need to go to this game, bro. And I remember going, saved a little money. You know, back in college, yeah, I used to get these little money called EMA. Like, it used to be little £30 a week for going to college. And I was like, yo, let me just save up a little bit, you know what I mean, and whatnot, and go to the game. I remember going to the game, bro. And it was, bro, what a day, bro. Like that goal, Nani into Rooney, like sensational, bro. Like generally
Legend.
sensational day, man. So
Yeah.
I think that's probably my memorable kind of moment. I think also seeing Mkhitaryan's scorpion kick.
Scorpion kick,
Yeah,
yo.
that was,
And
bro. I was
crazy.
mesmerizing that game. That even though it was offside, don't get me wrong, but I thought
Yeah.
that goal was amazing. But yeah, man, I think for me, just kind of being there, man, and just, you know what I mean, like it's a blessing, man. Because, bro, when I got my season ticket, yeah, it's like at that time the waiting list wasn't as bad as it now. Like now, you got to wait at least 3-4 years to get one now. Like I'm sure it is now. You can't really get one for a good couple of years now because it's just so
Wow.
much people waiting. But yeah,
Wow.
like there's been some, like, you know what it is for me, like when Sally Ferguson left, it's been like dark in it. You feel me? Like we've had like maybe a couple of cup games and that, but we've had maybe memorable comebacks and whatnot. I remember Mourinho season, we're 2-0 down, and we came back to 3-2. We've had like
Yeah,
memorable
Newcastle.
comebacks,
Yeah.
but we've not had like memorable like you know
Moments,
what I
you
mean?
know.
Yeah, bro. Like
Yeah.
big wins, like because
Right.
all the big wins that we scored, bro, they were in lockdown era, man. You know what I'm saying? And obviously that game was crazy. See Ronaldo come back was amazing, bro. That Ronaldo return,
Yeah.
you had to be there.
That must have
You
been
had to,
crazy. That must have been
bro,
crazy because that's
bro,
like an energy that you can't even recreate, bro. It's like the prodigal son returning, all of that, bro. Like
bro. That
it's,
was
yeah,
some
bro. I can
else, man.
only imagine. I can only imagine. I'm lucky I got to see Ronaldo when I was in Manchester, even though we lost and he barely touched the ball. It was even just seeing
Was that
him
Watford
live.
game?
No, that was the City game. That was, he started that
Also
City
City one,
game.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Like even just seeing him live, I was like, yo, this is crazy.
Crazy, isn't it?
This is like
Crazy.
a different aura, bro. Like a different energy. Just seeing somebody of that
Yeah.
caliber. Like I've seen a lot of great athletes, like more mainly NBA athletes. Been to a lot of I've seen a lot of NBA athletes, but now, man, it's what's up. It's what's up.
Yeah, they're bots, by the way. The bots are back. It feels like it's 2020
Oh,
again.
the
These
bots,
are
man.
bots.
I see.
Bro, in lockdown, yeah, these were a big thing, man. And now they're
Oh
all back.
yeah.
All
Mods,
back.
help me out with the bots, man. Help me out
Yeah,
with
yeah,
the
help.
bots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got mods in it, yeah, Venetia.
Yeah, Venetia, help
Yeah.
me out with the bots. Help me out with the bots.
But yeah, it's crazy.
But no, I was gonna say, like, obviously, as you go through content, like, and you're going through these different experiences, how do you try and keep a level head? Like, how do you try and obviously give entertainment, but at the same time, like, get your opinions off and let them be as fair as possible? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's difficult, man. I can't lie to you. You have to balance it. You know what I mean? You have to balance it a little bit well, you know what I mean, and whatnot, and try to do your thing. But ultimately, I always say to me, like, I just try to be myself in it, and that's why I don't really cater towards anyone. And you know what I mean? Like, I'm not really bothered about brand deals. I'll be real with you. Like, yeah, it's good to have them, but like, I'm not gonna change for brand deals. I'm not
Mhm.
gonna change just to be on someone else's platform in terms of like the bigger Sky Sports or whatnot. Like, I'm not really bothered. Like, I just believe like if you be yourself, like things will come for you, innit? You get me? Like, and I believe like you
Yeah.
should always be grateful. So I think that kind of like goes into my content. Like, I just say what it is. It might be raw, it might be uncut, it might be like, but I feel like you know what it is though? It's one of them where I feel like now on especially on YouTube now, everyone wants to take it safe in it and just say the popular opinion. You know what I'm saying to you? Like, I
Mhm.
think a lot of people will do that to kind of grow. But I feel like for me, yeah, maybe I could have got 100K quicker, but I've done it the right way. You feel me? Like, I haven't done it
Yeah, yeah, you did
on
it
top
your
of
way.
myself. You know
You
what I
did
mean?
it
I've
your
just
way.
set
Yep.
it my way and just done it my thing. You know what I mean? Sometimes I might be super critical, but you've seen like I could also be shameless. I could also be gassed by my team. You know what I
Yeah,
mean, or
yeah.
whatnot. Like when it's good, it's good. You know what I mean? Like if United were winning and things were like in on my channel, I've only really seen 2 trophies when you deep it. Like
Yeah,
if
yeah,
like
yeah. That's
if we were
crazy,
winning
man.
trophies and we were playing good football, like that would then transpire to my content. That would kind of translate to my content. But because we
Mhm.
haven't been playing well, and because we've been rubbish for so long, it's like you're only going to portray that as well.
Mhm.
You know
Mhm.
what I mean?
Mhm.
It's like I don't know. I
Yeah.
don't know what people expected. If I'm being totally honest with you, what
Yeah.
did people expect for me to be positive all the time? I don't do that. I'm not really a news channel. Yeah, I do talk about the news, but I'm not like 100% news channel.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
to have debates. I like to talk about other things. I like to, you know what I mean, like mix it up a little bit. So that's where my
Absolutely.
kind of yeah. So that's where my kind of like headspace is at. So for me, I've always said I'm just gonna keep it unique. I'm gonna
Mhm.
keep it, what I mean, gonna keep it cool, etc., etc. Like that's where my kind of my goal is at. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So for
And I
me,
feel
it's
it.
and that's what it should be for me. Like just
Yeah.
keep it 100, keep it consistent, and you know what I mean. Like things will go in your way. You know what I'm saying to
No.
you. So that's where
100%.
my head's at anyway. But
100%. 100%. And
authenticity is key, guys, man. Like generally, like I only watch content that I really, really think is authentic. If I
yeah.
really won't subscribe to, I won't watch it. I won't really watch it. If I don't believe that I can't relate to it, I don't really watch channels like that.
Yeah.
None of us there.
Yeah. No, absolutely. You know what's crazy about what you just said is like people when you're authentic, you tend to get criticized even more. You feel me?
Facts.
Just being yourself, whatever the case may be. How do you deal with that outside criticism? You feel me? Because
Yeah.
I'm sure there's fans who maybe when you're at the games, they might give you some stick or whatever. Like how do you balance that? You know what I'm saying? Because it can't be easy to see people maybe question your character,
Mhm.
question your authenticity, question the work that you put in. Like, how do you deal with all of that?
You know what's mad, yeah? I don't actually mind the fans that are in the stadium not have an opinion of me. I really don't, because at the end of the day, they go to games. It is what it is. They support the club in their own way. Like I'm not really too like fussed about what they say. It's more what what I mean, outside noise and etc. etc. Like random hate. People that just comment and see clips, etc. etc. They're the ones that kind of like, yo, like, what you want really? What I'm saying to you, like, yeah, if you don't tell me, if you click on the three dots here, I think you can block them as well, Temi, if you see it there.
Oh, okay, okay, okay,
If you
okay.
want to stream yarding, it's three dots on
Okay.
the side of it, and then you
Yeah, I see, I
can
see,
block.
I see.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah, yeah,
think I
block.
just did. I
Yeah.
just did.
Yeah, man, that's
Okay.
that's the easiest way. But yeah, no,
Yeah.
you know what I mean. Like I said to you, bro, I feel like with me, it's like I feel like for me, it's like one of them where I'm like, it is what it is. Like you're never gonna get everyone to love you in it. You feel me? Like 98% love. I always think there's more love out there than hate. But what we
Mhm,
do as like human beings, we concentrate on the hate. I don't know what
mhm,
it is in life, but I think naturally everyone will always concentrate on the hate for some reason.
mhm,
They won't look at
mhm.
the 98% of love. they'll just come sort of hate. And that's where for me, I just try and like for me, if you're not, I think as well, if you're getting hated, you're doing something right, because at the end of the day, I'd rather know there was criticism there than full 100% love, because then you get that kind of almost like, I must be saying something, you know what I mean? Like, I must be a very, very popular guy. You know what I mean? So
man.
you need
Yeah,
to balance.
facts.
You need to balance. Every athlete, bro, come on, man. Like the biggest athletes, man, had hate and people. Did they change? Did they?
Yeah.
So it comes to the territory, man. I know what this YouTube space is. I'm never gonna see. And you know what the funny thing is as well? Is that 1 minute you could be getting bare hate comments. The next video that you put out there, boom, it's bare love comments. And then you're like,
I know
so,
it's crazy. It's crazy, bro.
like
Like,
Big
even
Six,
if,
for example, you know, the Big Six,
yeah,
you might have a stinker of opinion one week, and you're getting cussed in the comments. But then next week, I'm not saying that I put out a performance, but I'm just a bit, you know what I mean? I might say something funny, or I might come across better in my analysis. Next thing you know, Saeed was on point this episode. Saeed's on facts. So it's just, bro, if you just got to remember, like, there's a new week, there's a new stream. I mean, like, we're just giving our opinions at the end of the day.
That's what facts.
It's whatever suits their agenda. So if you kind of almost satisfy their needs in terms of, I think today, like, I was hoping Saeed said this today. Even though for me, I'm not here to satisfy your needs. I'm just here to give my opinion. It's like, yeah, man, Saeed was, and that's what I'm saying. Like, that's why with YouTube, it's like football, isn't it? You just get another 90 minutes to showcase your opinion, and that's all it is. And and we're not here to be liked. We're just here to give our opinion, and that's all it is.
Facts. And 100%, man. And this is crazy because, like, even in my small but growing channel, like, people will DM me, like, they'll get mad and DM me about something I said, or like, people will like hop in the chat, you know what I'm saying, and like just go crazy. It's wild, man. It's wild. But no, I guess it comes with the territory, man, and it just depends on how you handle it, how you go about things, and then you just go from there. Let's talk a little bit about your, like, the good days. Like, who was your favorite player growing up? Like, who are the players that were like, man, this is my guy. Like, this is my guy right here. Yeah, I see it. Just like me. Yeah.
Paul Scholes, man. That was my guy, man. Because for me, I kind of played different. I started off as a goalkeeper, but then I went to a striker when I was like young, and then I went to a midfielder. But like, that was my guy, man. Paul Scholes, man. Everyone wanted to play like Paul Scholes, man. You know, I mean, obviously you got Wayne Rooney in there, etc., etc. But Paul Scholes was a guy, man, because for me, it was the intelligence, it was the way he was in terms of a player, man. Like, he was such a gifted footballer, man. And like, he was like, when I was growing up, everyone tried to, like, when you were in school, you had these kind of school shoes, and some of them used to bend quite well when you hit them. You had to curve it well, innit? So I remember everyone getting his school shoes, and they're just pinging it ball like Paul Scholes and that. So yeah, man, Paul Scholes, I was saying, man, in terms of like the guy that when I was growing up, like, he was a guy for me, man. And obviously Wayne Rooney as well, when he came through, like the young Wayne Rooney, the raw Wayne Rooney, that was lit as well, man. Because for me, it was like, he was a guy that we could look up to, because he was just a typical Northerner, you know what I mean? And he's just like played like he was in the cage. You know when someone plays like they're in the cage and that, like, you could just we play in the cage,
right?
You know what I'm saying? We play in the cage,
yeah.
So that's for me, like, my kind of guy. Like, when we were blessed, big up Phoenicia, we were blessed, bro. Like, Ronaldo, Rooney, that we were blessed, fam.
So many good players, bro. So many good players. It's like, when you think about it, like, barely any of our squad would get into those teams, bro. Like, barely any of the players. I'm trying to think who would get into the team, like, actually get into the team. Maybe some of our center backs on the bench. You know what I'm saying? Maybe.
I think eras are eras, isn't it? I think for me,
bro,
you can't touch this era. Like, for me, the 08 team is my best team ever. Like, I didn't really watch the 99 team because I was still 5 years old. But I grew into I started watching football around 2000, 2001. So like I was going towards the end of maybe, certain players being in there or just kind of almost like, in terms of like, but 2018 was my best team, man. That was a unbelievable team. Like
Yeah.
we had goals, we had everything, broski. Like genuinely, bro, we had everything. And that was just for me beautiful. Beautiful
Yeah,
moment,
bro.
man.
Yeah,
Genuinely
bro.
beautiful moment.
But here in the States, it was hard to get games. You feel me? But I do remember that. I remember watching the Champions League final live. That was crazy as a kid.
Yep.
Like crazy, crazy. I probably was, and oh wait, I was probably heading into high school. So like, yeah, like I just remember like that team, the Champions League final moment. Like it was just fantastic, bro. And I've gone back, bro. I've gone back and like watched those '90s teams. Those '90s teams were cold too, man. Those
Yeah, of
'90s
course.
teams.
We got something
Some
called
of
Premier
those,
League years. I don't know if you have it
yeah.
in the UK, in America, but we got this thing called Premier League years, yeah. And it will go through every single year from when the Premier League started, I think in 93, 92,
Okay.
93, all the way down. I used to watch that on Sky. Like,
Yeah.
honestly, just sit there and watch every single, one. And like,
Yeah.
memories, man. It'll go through everything and what happened in
Yeah.
that year as well. So say now someone famous like passed away or whatever, like it will tell you
Mhm.
like the secrets, man. It was man. Premier League years is something that I would definitely recommend everyone watching, like on
Mhm.
YouTube or whatever.
Absolutely. Absolutely, man. No, that's the thing. Like for me, MUTV has a lot of those like 15
Yeah,
minute, 20-minute
yeah,
clips of like all the seasons. Like, so I've gone back and bro, I've watched like countless hours of
yeah.
like
Of course,
those little
bro.
clips, bro. Because it's just like it's just fun to watch because the football is actually good in comparison to what we've been subjected to for the last.
Bro,
So
talk to me,
the
man.
last, bro, it's like I watch it to like just kind of like detox my brain from what we watch week in week out now. You feel me? It's like, yo, we were actually like this good. Like even in the '90s, like yo,
Yep.
Keno was cold. Like he was a cold footballer, bro.
Cold, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like even
Cold.
like growing up, like I didn't know how good he was until I like had to go back and like really look at like, yo, he was actually
Yeah.
he had tech, he had athleticism, he had bro, he could score goals when he was younger. Like,
Facts.
yo, it's actually crazy. Like, and I don't know if a lot of fans even, especially like I don't want to speak for all fans, but like I'm sure fans who are my age and maybe grew up here, maybe haven't gone back and done the research and seen like, yo, these like some of the players we used to have were actually too good. I think honestly, I think they've done a bad job of like bigging up themselves because people underrate them, bro. Like
Yep.
the likes of Scholesy, like bro, Scholesy is on a different planet to like Lampard and
Bro.
Gerrard, bro. Like
Like
Gerrard and
Xavi and
Lampard,
them, man. I'm
yeah,
saying
bro,
what's
he's
going
that.
on.
That's the level he's on. That's
Yeah.
actually the level he's on. Like I saw Gerard Piqué, bro. Somebody asked him like he was doing like, oh, this player or that player. You feel me? And they said Xavi or Scholes. Bro was like, bro, it's a tie. Like this is
Bro,
PK won trebles
with
with
Xavi.
Javi, bro. And when asked about Paul Scholes, he said, "Bro, it's a tie,
Facts.
bro.
But
That's how
Paul
good
Scholes,
he."
man,
Yeah,
that goal
bro,
against Barcelona, bro,
bro,
that
bro,
won us the double
crazy,
in that season, man. You know what I mean?
crazy,
Because at the end of the
man.
day, and that season we could have won a treble, man. We were robbed
Yeah,
of a treble because
yeah,
Portsmouth beat us
yeah, yeah.
in the FA Cup,
The
man.
FA Cup,
You know
yeah,
what I mean? So we were robbed of a treble that year, man. So it could have even been better. So I feel like for me, it's one of them where it's like, yo, like we were blessed with ballers, man. So that's why
bro.
now
Facts.
we're kind of like arguing about players, etc., etc. Like it's like,
Hmm.
yo, what are we doing, man?
Yeah.
What are we doing? Like for real?
No
You
facts.
know what I mean, bro?
No, and yeah, listen, hopefully this new regime can turn it around. I think they've had a good start. I think Ineos has had a good start to their
Yeah, yeah.
tenure. You know what I'm saying?
That's fair.
Hopefully we can rebound. It's gonna take some time, bro. Like, and,
Nah, of
and
course it is.
the thing with football is like football, like if we're being real, football is cyclical. Like it's been like this
Mhm,
forever. Liverpool had their period in like the 70s stroke 80s, then
mhm.
the 90s to the 2000s was us, right? And now the 2010s has been City. You feel
Yep.
me? Like that's kind of that's kind of how it is, bro. And when Pep leaves, somebody else is gonna step in and take this. Like
Yeah,
that's just
for real.
that's just what happens, bro. You generally have one great manager who's dominating the league. That's how it's been, and we're in an era of Man City and can we compete with them and all these different things. But like, in the last few like in the last 15 minutes here,
Yeah.
let's talk about Man United currently. You feel me? Like obviously we talk about it a bunch on your channel. Like it's been difficult. It's been frustrating. Like we've seen all the legendary match reactions you've done.
Bro,
All the legendary watch alongs, bro. There was the Brighton watch along, bro. The Brighton watch along. The
bro,
end that is one of the funniest endings to a watch along I have ever seen in my.
bro.
When I say like I was pissed off, but then when I saw your video, I laughed so hard that like it just honestly just made it better. Like it just like, you know what, like this is hilarious, bro. But that's kind of indicative of who we are, bro.
Yeah, no, that's it, bro. You know what it
You know
is?
what I'm saying?
People with the watch alongs, yeah. People think, oh, fake reactions, broski. That if
No,
you took the cameras off, yeah. That's what
it's
I
the
would be.
same thing. It's the
Same
same
thing, bro.
thing,
I'd be cussing, I'd be going mad.
bro. That's
That's
how it
what it is.
is.
That's
That's
just
how
what
it's
it is,
always
guys.
been. Like
So,
football fans, bro, they cuss, they get mad, they scream, they
oh
get
man,
angry.
this is what I'm saying. And you know what it is for me? Like, it's like when the fans say, "Oh, like, yo, you lot are just super toxic and negative, and you lot were waiting for that to happen." I'm telling you now, if you put a camera in their house here on that moment, that's how much they would react.
They're
And they would
doing the
be
same
cussing
thing.
the players, cussing the manager. But because we don't see that on record, it's like it's one of them where we don't see it, bro. And that's the thing for me. Like, I only represent myself, and like I said, Nuruddin's even more crazy. But I feel like for me, like that moment there, I was like, yo, we just gotta go out there with a draw. If you leave with a draw, bro, we're chilling. I'm not gonna be as mad. The fact that we lost it in the final moments, bro, it just
Bro,
killed
it
me,
just
bro.
killed, bro.
It killed me, fam.
My watch along too, bro. I lost it, bro. I lost it.
Oh my days,
I
fam.
was like, this is crazy. Luckily, people don't. Mine's quiet. No one, no. There's no out of context fan TV who's found me yet, which is good. So like, not all
Yeah.
my reactions are getting reposted and stuff like that. So yeah, man,
Bro.
it is what it is, man. It is what it is. But let's talk about this season. We've won 2 games on the spin, 10 goals in 2 games. You feel
10
me?
goals. Yeah.
But like, how are you honestly feeling, bro? Like, do you think this is a season where we can actually do something? Can we actually get top 4? Can we actually win another trophy? Like, how are you feeling, bro?
I don't know, it's difficult, man, because for me, it's like I don't know where we're at right now in terms of like progress is like it's so you don't know what it is on the 10 hour because it's like we're so up and down in it, bro. And that's the thing with United, is like I've made my decision based on a lot of factors, like in terms of the manager, why I'm out and I'm not really backing the managers. Like I've just seen a decline that is just crazy. And you know what? In the first season, I kind of like, when we won the Carabao Cup, post Carabao Cup for the end of the season was poor, man. But I just kind of like was like, you know what? We're third, win a trophy, allow it in it. And I remember in the summer, me and Rance were just kind of like arguing back and forth about style of play. What is it going to change? Is it what going to? And I was like, cool. But then when I seen things not changing, and then I remember doing a Brighton game. I was at the Brighton game, and we got bopped. I was like, whoa, that's the first warning sign, because we literally played a diamond and we got moved
Bob, 3-1, 3-1.
3-1. I was like, whoa, what is going on here? And then
Yeah.
I seen a bro, boom, boom, boom. And then that Newcastle game where we got beat 3-0, Man City game, I was like, I'm done. I am done, fam. I'm done with this manager, bro, because you cannot be getting smacked up 3-0, yeah. And it's just abysmal. And then after that, we go lose to Bournemouth and etc. etc. We have one of the worst seasons ever. And the next thing you know, it's like, for me, now, it's like, should we really celebrate top 4, or do we celebrate having a style of play? I think I'm celebrating more style of play, if I'm being honest with you. If we see an identity this year, we finish 5th, but then win the Europa League, I think that's more significant than finishing third and then not winning a trophy or whatever. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, I feel like
I hear that.
where we need to be, like, trophies are amazing. We love trophies. Don't get me wrong. But to understand where we're truly going is that we need to enjoy watching Man United. Like, genuinely.
No.
If we enjoy watching Man United, nobody on here is negative. Nobody on here is then nitpicking at certain stuff. Like, we just don't see that. And that's where my head is at. Is like, we don't see a distinctive style of play. We don't see it. We don't see it, guys. And that is where our biggest problem is.
Yeah,
we don't see it.
I've come to the conclusion that this manager doesn't know how to profile players, and he's incapable of creating a style of play. I just don't think he's capable. The way he plays, we're too open, we're too easy to play against, right? He doesn't understand team shape, at least from a Premier League perspective. Like all that stuff he was doing at Ajax, where he's throwing a million people forward, and it's just you can do that, and you can do that in the Netherlands. You feel me?
Yeah.
What he's attempting to do here just will never work. Will never work. Like, imagine if Southampton scored that penalty last week. Like, bro, I don't think we win that game. I genuinely don't think we win that game if Southampton scores that penalty. Like, so
that's crazy to think that, isn't it?
No, I'm just being real. Like, remember those first, we were awful the first 35 minutes. Like, we were objectively just terrible. And then they miss a penalty, they drop their heads, and obviously we just have a better team than them. So we eventually put them to the sword. But you know what I'm saying? Like, he values relationships with players over players' skill set, who we can trust. Yeah, absolutely. Like, listen, people were laughing, like people were calling me crazy for saying, listen, against Barnsley, we should run that same midfield back of Ugarte, Casemiro, and we should run that back this weekend, bro. I'm being so serious. Like, just because of the balance.
He won't do that, though, will he?
He's gonna go with Ugarte, Bruno, and Mainu. That's what's gonna happen. I know that's what's gonna happen, and we are going to be we're gonna be so easy to play through. That's my issue with him, is like, yo, you see something, and then you'll stumble onto something like he did in the FA Cup final, but you won't apply it. You'll see something work, and then you won't apply it going forward. It's like, what is wrong with you, bro?
What's wrong with you? Yeah.
Like, what's actually wrong
with
you?
What is wrong with you, man?
Like I don't get how he doesn't see this stuff. You feel me? Like, how does he not see? And again, I think he thinks that he can play with Bruno in midfield and be fine.
That's wild, man.
And it's like, no, bro. No. If it's Ugarte, Casemiro, Eriksen, if it's Ugarte, Casemiro, Mainu, it needs to be like, out of those four players, out of Ugarte, Casemiro, Eriksen, Mainu, 3 of them should be playing at all times.
Yeah.
Like, I am a firm believer in that now. Like, 3 of those players should be playing at all times. If you want to play Bruno, play him false 9, play him on the right, whatever. I'm cool with that. But when you put him in midfield, it's a struggle. You feel me? And again, even the forwards he's picked. You see, bro, I watched Jadon Sancho's second half against Chelsea. I rewatched it this week, bro. He was so good. Like, people were like, oh, the assist was Fugazi. Forget the assist. Take away the assist.
Bro.
He looked good.
Yeah.
Like, it's not an accident. He doesn't, and the fact that he can't see who his better players are, to me, is like, yo, if you can't profile players and see which one of your players are good and which one of your players are bad, forget about it.
I think he values goals as well, in terms of the manager, in terms of, like, that's why he keeps playing Rashford through form, like through bad form. Is that he believes that he's going to be the one that will score in the goal. But reality is, like, you're relying on an inconsistent player, man. You know what I mean? Like, Garnacho is not a starter. Anthony's fell off a cliff. Ahmad, I still don't believe, like, he really values him. Like, you know, he got dropped against Liverpool game. That was a big L. You know what I mean? Yeah. Again, will he do that again? Probably will do. If Ahmad has one bad game, he's gonna get dropped. He's
out. He gets hooked.
He's out.
And not even bad game. Not even bad game. Just doesn't have a GA. Doesn't have GA.
Yeah, have a GA.
He can have a good game, not score a goal or an assist, and he's getting hooked. You feel me? Which is just like, if that's how you operate your team, you feel me? As a big, like, a manager of Manchester United, you're thinking about, oh, I'm gonna play this player because, oh, he might get me a goal. How about you create a team structure that makes the team play better, so that we just score more goals organically, like, as a team? You feel me? Like there's the 99 treble season, bro. Ryan Giggs scored 4 goals.
Yeah.
He scored
Bro.
4 goals. But he was
Goals.
crucial to the team still.
Yep.
You feel me? So like I don't
That's
think
what I'm saying, bro. The stats. That's what I'm saying with stats, man. It's like,
bro.
Like when you look at the actual team and what they're doing and how they're playing, like,
Right.
not really about the stats, bro. It's about how they affect the team, bro. Like Xerxes, he might not get the goals and assists this year, but you know what, man? He will definitely be benefit to the system and what we're trying to do.
Absolutely.
But Robert Firmino is a perfect example of that. Robert
Yes.
Firmino was not getting what he probably deserved, but yet still was integral to how Salah and Mane played because they could literally make the runs in behind.
Exactly.
You know?
Salah and Mane worked because of Firmino, bro. He did a lot of the dirty work, bro. The link play, the slipping balls in behind to Salah and Mane, like all those things matter, bro. All those things matter. And I think Ten Hag has lost the plot. Like he's just I think he knows his job is pretty much done. Right.
100%.
The second that they started looking for a manager while he was here after the FA Cup and just decided to keep him because they didn't find who they wanted, I think the writing was on the wall. That moment on. Like, I think if I'm being real, Ineos is using this season, you feel me, as an opportunity to find who they want. Like, really take the time.
Good shout.
Yeah, because I don't think, like, I think they know, bro. These guys have been running successful football clubs for a minute. You know what I'm saying? The likes of Barati's been at City. You feel me? Dan Ashworth has had success in multiple places. Like they know when a team is good and when a team is not good and when changes need to be made. So I think they're just thinking like, yo, this season, let's just have a good transfer window, reassess the team, find out who we want to be our manager. You feel me? And then we get rid of this guy and we start fresh next year. I genuinely think in their heads this season's a wash. If we win a trophy, cool. You know what I'm saying? That's nice, but
they're looking for more though as well. They're looking for
way more than a Carabao Cup and an FA Cup. You feel me? Like we spent over $600 million, or excuse me,
that's why for me,
£600 million. Excuse me,
bro.
Like
when you look at it, I said to me, and I've said it yesterday, and people say that's crazy, but next season you need to be at least like trying to challenge for this league, bro. Because when you look at the money that's been spent here, next season if we spend another 200 million, that's a lot of money now.
That's 800 million,
bro. That's 800 million. Yeah. And if that's not a reason to maybe at least now compete for the league, bro, I don't know what is, man. Because at the end of the day, I'm not really here for all this top 4 nonsense, mate. You get me? Like, I'm seeing Liverpool not spend money. Yeah, cool. They've probably got better players, but by next season, I expect us to probably have a better team than Liverpool. You know, maybe they've got a better 11 right now, but if Salah's gone by next year and they lose maybe Trent next year as well, bro, that's 2 world-class players gone. You know what I mean? So I expect a lot better from United. So that's where my head's at for me. Like next year, I want to see us challenging, bro. So end of the day, it's like that can't be dictated by where this manager's taken us. That just shows you then he's failed in his job. Like he's not taken us to a position where we can at least now compete with the best. Got to compete now, man. Can't be doing this top 4 nonsense, man.
Absolutely, bro.
Top 4, and then boom. Like Arteta came in, cool. He sorted out a lot of things out, but Arteta's squad was damaged, bro. It's broken. You know, it wasn't like Ten Hag's squad where he had good players when it's to start.
Sancho, Ronaldo, Varane, Dallo, Rashford, Bruno. Like these are people that, like, even I might not rate some of these players, but a ton of other people rate these players. So listen, like these are the players you have at your disposal. You spent 80 million on Anthony or whatever, however it was, 85 million, whatever it was. Like you spent money. You've gotten the players you wanted for the most part, barring maybe 1 or 2. You feel me? Like it needs to be, especially in year 3, it just needs to be better, bro.
Yeah.
Listen, I defended him. I defended him a ton because obviously last season we were ravaged with injuries, but this season there's no excuses, bro. Like there's no excuses. Almost everyone he plays week in and week out are players he's either signed or he's rubber stamped. Like these are players that are his players.
Players, bro.
De Ligt is his player. Martinez is his player. Mazraoui is his player. Casemiro is his player. Rashford and Bruno are undroppable to him. So those are his players. You feel me?
His players.
Those are his players. Mainu he brought through. You feel me? Who else? Anthony's his player. Ericsson's his player. You feel me? These are like, this is the squad. This is essentially this is the squad.
This is his squad, bro.
You know, he brought in Johnny Evans. These are, listen, you can say whatever you want. Like, these are players that he has brought in. And I'm not even mentioning the ones that Xerxes in the team now. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are so many players that he has brought in and that are a part of the squad. So he can't make the excuse about injuries anymore. Yeah, no. Okay, Hoyland's not there.
Squad, man, you know, when you deep, it's a stat.
Yeah, it's a yes. I think a ton of managers will be doing way better with this squad, bro. Like, okay, cool, you don't have Hoyland. Cool, you don't have Mason Mount. You feel me? Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. Hey, listen, don't blame me about the thumbnail, man. Blame DLM.
Yeah, blame DLM, man.
Blame DLM, man. No, shout out DLM, man. Shout out DLM,
man.
But no, it is what it is, man. I don't think he gets it. I don't think he gets it. I don't think he will get it. What do you say about this Crystal Palace game before? I mean, we're almost to the hour, man. What are you thinking about?
Yeah, I think for me, I've gone for a 3-1, you know, man. I think for me, we should do him, man. I know a lot of people are saying they're quite reserved, but I think for me, they've had a poor start to the season. Yeah, we've had a poor start to the season as well. But I don't know. I just think for me, it's like it will be one of them games where it's 2-1 and then they'll try and break us and then we'll hit them on a break and then we'll score from that. So I don't know, man. I think a lot of people are looking at it. It is a spooky game, but I do believe United need to now get over the hurdle of trying to, you know, worry about the opposition. We need to let them worry about us. You know what I mean?
The fact that we're actually worried about this game is indicative of how much we don't trust this manager. Like, let's be real. Like, if we're a proper team, Crystal Palace away should not be something we're like, oh my god, like what's going on?
Should we go in there?
We should go in there and be thinking we're gonna win. But here's my thing, sorry. Like, if he plays that midfield, I think he's going to play. We are gonna struggle.
Yep.
Like, we will struggle.
I know.
No questions about if it's Ugarte, Bruno, and Mainu. Ugarte's not going to look good on Saturday. People are going to start saying, "Oh, is Ugarte a bad player?" And it's not going to be his fault.
Yeah.
You can't play 1v4 or 1v3 in midfield, bro. It's crazy. Like, you know, yeah, Mateta versus Lissandro is going to be a hard watch. Yeah, I'm not.
Especially if it's better if the ball is put on the floor and it's like, you know, because Mateta's not the most mobile. So it's, as long as the ball's on the floor and we're controlling the game, like things shouldn't matter like that, bro. Shouldn't matter,
man. Yeah, regardless of offenses, scoring 10 goals and conceding zeros can only be confident. No, 100%. I agree with that. Listen, I thought the Barnsley game, listen, they were crap. We got to be real. But I still think we've faced crap teams and
not done well.
Done well. Coventry City, bro. We were a toe away from being down 4-3 and crashing out of.
I still think about that game, thinking, wow,
like yo,
that's our job, man.
If that offsides didn't happen, and what's the American kid? Was it? I always forget his name. Is it Haji or?
Yeah, Haji.
I always forget his name. If that goal goes in and he comes back, they come back from 3-0 down and go up 4-3. Like, what are we talking about here? So listen, I hope he sees the writing on the wall, man. I hope he sees the writing on the wall, man, and makes a change, man. But we're gonna round up. I don't want to go over time, man.
Big up, man.
A lot of an hour here, man. Saeed, I appreciate you, my brother.
Come on, man. Always, man. Always.
This means a lot, man. Yeah, man. This means a lot, bro. This is something I've been looking forward to, man. Hopefully I can get you back on the channel again at some point one of these days, bro. Man.
100%, bro.
Wavy Reds episode 3. Yeah, bro. Wavy Reds episode 3. We got another top guest lined up. You guys will not know who this guest is.
Come on.
You guys will not know who this guest is, but when I say he is a big football content creator, trust me, you're gonna be like, yo, this is dope, man. But I appreciate you, bro. We're gunning for 800 subs now. We're gunning for 800 subs.
We need a K, man.
Yeah, man. The goal is 1,000 by the end of the year, so we got some time to make it happen.
We're gonna do that.
We're gonna get it done. We're gonna get it done. Appreciate everyone who's in the chat showing love as always, man. I really appreciate y'all. Y'all been rocking with me since I've started getting consistent. So I appreciate y'all, man. I guess one more question before I go, man. Your prediction for Saeed TV in the next 5 years, bro. Like, what do you envision this thing being, bro? What do you envision Saeed TV turning into?
Do you know what? Just growing bigger and bigger, and just kind of almost like remaining authentic. And obviously, but subscribers I don't really look at as a goal. I just think for me, just growing in terms of um, what my kind of brand is and in general, and just kind of maybe inspiring other people and whatnot. So yeah, man, it's just just staying consistent, staying humble, staying and just keeping the channel growing, and what I mean, just trying to get it out there, maybe globally as well. And yeah, man, that's the main thing, man. You know
No,
what I'm saying? So
100%, bro.
that's the
That's
goal.
beautiful.
That's the goal. That's the goal, man.
That's amazing, man. Hey, we did it, man. We got it done. Saeed TV hopped on Wavy Temi's channel, man. I appreciate my
Come on,
brother.
come
Everyone,
on.
make sure to, if you're not subscribed to Saeed, I'd be shocked if you weren't. Make sure to follow Saeed or subscribe to Saeed. His information is in the title. You feel me? So make sure to just put his information. Make sure to follow him. You feel me?
Yeah.
And go from there, man. I'm sure, Saeed, you got some streams. What you got going on for streams today? Let people know.
Do you know what? I got stream at 3:30. Best agree to disagree. And then obviously I'm gonna be doing FIFA tonight. I'm gonna download it now, actually. But we're gonna start FIFA career mode at 7. So we're gonna be doing that. And then tomorrow game, Chelsea, and then obviously the United game, and then we'll be live at 9 o'clock tomorrow, reviewing the Crystal Palace game. So yeah, man, got some content.
Some content, man. Yeah, for everyone who's watching tomorrow, I'm gonna be at Solas Outpost, the Manchester United bar here in DC. I'm gonna try and get some content for you guys while I'm out there. Maybe do a live stream or whatever. Try and interview some fans who are there, man. So it's always a good vibe at Solas. So if you're in the States, make sure, or you're in the DMV, come to Solas. Come meet me there. I'm gonna be there with a bunch of United fans. So it's gonna be a great time. We're signing off, man. Everyone, make sure to hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. Stay locked in. You know that's the motto. And we are going to talk real soon, people. Deuces.
Peace.